Welcome everybody to the Pigskin Junkies Game of the Week pregame show. I am your host, McCarley330, and today we're going to be breaking down the Game of the Week in the Pigskin Junkies CFM, and that is going to be the Denver Broncos, controlled by MxCJimmy, and the New England Patriots, controlled by Tski. They will be our Game of the Week this week. We're going to break it all down for you. We're going to recap the action that's already happened in the Pigskin Junkies League, and right now what I would like to do is go out to the Pigskin Junkies hotline to my co-host. He is the Freeze. We will be calling the game for you tonight, so welcome in, Freeze. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Mark Harley. Pleasure to be on this pregame show and excited to be getting on the call with you once again in another Pigskin Junkies matchup today. We will have, as you said, Jimmy versus Tski in a matchup I am looking forward to watching. But let's take a look at the league. As you said, Jimmy is going to be trying to go keep this undefeated streak alive. He is 2-0 currently, trying to keep up with the other teams that are undefeated, that being the Steelers, the Bears, the Jets, the Colts, the Giants, and the Rams. A lot of undefeated teams here through 2.5 weeks of action thus far, and Tski is just looking to kind of keep up with everybody. He is, of course, in a tough division in the AFC East, which had a team in the AFC Championship represented. That would be the Jets.
Yeah, so as we take a look at what these two guys bring to the table here, we're going to go to a highlight film of these two guys from the previous season. As we look at this game going forward, we see two very different approaches to the game. What are you looking for the most out of this game? Who do you think has the better edge, and what are you looking for overall from both competitors here tonight?
Well, looking at it offensively, you said a different class of style here. Jimmy's going to look to pass the football a little more than what we're used to seeing in the CFM. John Snow, a.k.a. Drew Lock, on the season has 46 pass attempts opposed to the 10 rush attempts. And this is only through 2 games of action so far of Tyrion Lannister, a.k.a. I think that is Darius Geis. But John Snow on the season for Jimmy has 672 pass yards. He is completing 63% of those passes, and he is averaging 336 yards per game, only been sacked twice. Yards per attempt, 15 if we round it up. Now you take a look at Tski for the Patriots. He's going to look to pound the rock here. Derrick Henry has had a very strong showing here in the first 2 weeks of this CFM, or the first 2 weeks of this second season here. Sorry for botching that a little bit. But we have Derrick Henry with 27 rush attempts, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Marlon Mack, also a great complimentary piece with 12 attempts, 100 yards himself. And he is averaging 8.3 a carry. So Tski is going to look to pound the rock, where Jimmy is going to look to try and throw the ball everywhere. Defensively, it's going to be a tough game. Jimmy's going to bring that bear look, so it's going to be a lot of pressure. But I think that Tski, with this power run game, has the type of game plan to match up with that on that side of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely see two different approaches to the game. We saw Jimmy, obviously he went 0-16 last year. That was mostly to get his hands on the first overall draft pick, which he did. He took Henry Ruggs. Ruggs making a huge impact for him already. So are you looking for Jimmy to just air this ball out tonight? Is that what you're expecting here?
I mean, through 2 games, it's kind of the numbers speak for themselves. Only 10 true rush attempts and 46 pass attempts. If Jimmy has his way, he will look to pass the football everywhere. It's going to be an air raid, probably the most air raid style offense we may have in the CFM.
Right, I completely agree with you there. I've seen that firsthand. I played Jimmy in the first week of the CFM, and he absolutely torched me through the air with Henry Ruggs. So the question I have for you, being that we see obviously the contrast in styles between, Tski likes to run the ball creatively as well. We see him run jet sweeps, we see him run wildcats, stuff like that. So my question to you, Freeze, would be, who are you picking in tonight's game? What are your expectations? Who do you think wins the game tonight?
I'm going to go against the grain here. I have not gone against the grain thus far, and he may be a little upset with this prediction, but I think Tski here, because if Jimmy gets into a tough spot where Tski's pressure is not allowing him to get that football off, the question remains, can he officially run the football enough to get those gritty yards? Tski's proven he can do it, and he's also proven that he can be an efficient passer. It's going to be an uphill battle for him, but I don't think you should count out the 1-1 team against the 2-0 team. It's still very early on in this season.
I completely understand what you're saying there. It makes sense to me. I'm leaning a little more towards Jimmy. Haven't played Jimmy firsthand, but we did see Tski upset Colt in a previous week of the season. So I'm kind of up in the air, a little torn between who I would pick. But I played Jimmy firsthand, and my pick would probably be to go with Jimmy here. just because I've seen it firsthand. But either way, I think we're in for an instant classic tonight. I think it's going to be a great game. Are you expecting this game to be close? Are you expecting a shootout? What are you looking at here score-wise?
I'm expecting this to finish two. Okay, I'm expecting it to be done within 2 possessions. The last 2 minutes of a game, when people get desperate, who knows what happens with the score. But I think it's going to essentially be a 2-possession game. But I don't think it's going to be low scoring. I think Jimmy's type of offense is going to make Tski have to try and keep up a little more and have to rack up some more points here. I'm thinking of the over/under here. If the over/under was at 50 points, I would take the over.
All right, so we're expecting a shootout here. So let's take a look at some stats around the league. I'm just going to look at who our league leaders are, and then I'm going to ask you, Freeze, who you expect to be, one of the more proficient players at the end of the season. So right now we have the Green Bay Packers and Crab Legs, who is Jameis Winston. They are leading the league in passing right now. Obviously, we have B-Guard there as well. They're both over 900 yards already through the first part of the season. Now, based on what you know about this league and who you've seen so far, who do you expect to be leading the league in passing yards when all is said and done? What team are you looking for?
It's going to be one of those two teams because they're one of the more prominent passers. Myself is included as a prominent passer, but my season is not going the way I would like it to initially. So I think that after playing Caleb, the Packers user last year, he got me pretty good, to be honest. His pass game was extremely efficient. I think Jameis Winston didn't incomplete a pass until the late third quarter and racked up 3 or 4 passing touchdowns. So he's got a really efficient pass game. He gets through his progressions quickly. He sometimes has that same tendency that a lot of Madden players like to do, where they try and take that deep shots in the pocket too long, get sacked. And B-Guard, on the other hand, is got Tyreek Hill, and he's a pass-first guy, and he's going to evenly distribute the football to him, his tight end, and his other wide receiver, because I remember last season he finished with 3 receivers over 1,000 yards receiving.
Sure. So that sounds about accurate with what I was predicting as well. Those teams that are already out there, leading league in passing, they're the ones that establish that passing game early. Now, my question is going to be, who do you think is going to be leading the league in rushing yards? Just to give you an example, our top 3 right now, Todd Gurley for the Kansas City Chiefs, 456 yards and a touchdown already. He's leading the league. You got Juice Simpson. There were 403 rushing yards for the Buffalo Bills. Lamar Jackson, the QB for the Chargers. Obviously, we see what Salmon is doing, the Chargers user. Obviously, running the ball a good amount with Lamar Jackson. Tevin Coleman with the Houston Texans in digital champion. He's got 383 yards. And then Dalvin Cook, one of the last year's rushing leaders for the Carolina Panthers, and D-Kid Nice. He's at 377 yards. So D-Kid Nice, obviously not in the top 3 right now in rushing yards, but what are you looking for outlook of the season, long-term wise? Who do you think is going to be there at the end of the season when it comes to rushing?
D-Kid is coming off a game where he was just bottled up by the Buccaneers user Cub pretty efficiently. I don't think he got on the board there, so that's going to hurt his numbers. But we're still too early in the season to get accurate assessments here, you know what I mean? I don't like to pick trends until 4 or 5 games in. I think that DK is going to bounce back, and he's inevitably going to be one of the top 2 guys competing with him. But did you mention Zan on there, who was also the runner up to DK last year with 22 yards and change?
Zan is not in the top 5. Let's take a look at exactly where Zan is. The Chicago Bears are defending Super Bowl champion. Let's see where he is. We'll scroll to the NFL leaders in rushing. So we'll see where we see Zan at here. Let's see where we find him. Looking for Leonard Fournette. Where's Leonard Fournette? There he is. Leonard Fournette, only 203 rushing yards thus far through this portion of the season. I believe Zan is 2-0. He's about to play his 3rd game, if I'm not mistaken. He's got 4 touchdowns on the season, only 25 carries through the first 2 games. So we'll have to be interested. It'll be interesting to see what Zan's approach is. Maybe he's changing it up a little bit. He did make a move and change quarterbacks now, so we'll see if maybe he's passing a little more. But right now, sitting at 203 yards on the season.
We were also on the call for that week 1 matchup between him and DK, speaking of devil there, and in that game, we both noted that the running game for both players was being bottled up pretty well by the defense of the opposition, and both players needed to kind of lean on their pass game a little more than they were used to.
Indeed it was. I completely agree with you there. So we'll see. Obviously, still early in the season. No team has played more than 3 games yet, so we're still early in season 2. But tonight is all about the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. As we get ready to wrap up our pregame show here, we're going to kick it over to our Pigskin Junkies Twitch channel. So that's twitch.tv/Pigskin Junkies. If you're not familiar, make sure you're there. Make sure you're watching the stream. So we're going to be live. We're going to be calling the game between Tski and MxCJimmy. So before we get you out of here, Freeze, one more time, make your final pick. Who's winning the game tonight?
I think Tski, his type of offense is going to be more efficient. I'm just going with meta here because he leans on that run a little more. I think the run is going to be more available. It's going to be a little easier to score points. And he's coming off of a really good victory against Colt. And before that, he had a real tough one possession loss to the Jets user Drag, who just whooped me this past week. So he is a force. Nothing against Jimmy. I love him. But I think that it's going to be a close game that Tski sees winning it.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing what actually plays out. The game is going to kick off here just shortly. We're going to throw it right to the Twitch channel here. We're going to be live. We're going to be calling this game play by play with Freeze on the color commentator. We're going to see who comes out victorious tonight. We thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for watching the pregame show. We'll see you next week for the game of the week. Pregame show will be here, same time, same place. But until then, enjoy the game. Thank you, Freeze. We will see you out there on the gridiron. All right, welcome in everybody. Thank you for watching the pregame show. Welcome to the game of the week for the Pigskin Junkies League. We are here live on the call. It is your boy McCarley330. I'm going to welcome in my co-host, my color commentator, my brother from another mother, the Freeze. Welcome in. We are going to be calling the game for you. How you doing, Freeze?
Doing good, McCarley. Pleasure to be here as always. Thank you for having me on the call once again as we are about to kick off our week 3 game of the week here in the second season of Pigskin Junkies. Moving along nice and smooth here, growing, and I like seeing how the league's going.
Yeah, it's been a pretty smooth couple of weeks so far. Everything's been running along just the way we like it. We're gonna see Tski and MxCJimmy kick off tonight as the players make their uniform selections, make their playbook selections. We're getting ready to load into the game here. Obviously, we're taking a look through the eyes of Tski, our New England's Patriots user. So we recapped it on the we talked about it on the pregame show. Let's just give anyone who missed the pregame show let's go over what we're looking for out of the game tonight. Obviously, what are you looking for first from MxCJimmy? He's trying to rebound from that 0-16 season, so what do you expect here?
You say rebound from an 0-16 season like he didn't lead the league with passing touchdowns and interceptions in a blatant tank. But Jimmy's going to, as we hit in the pregame, look to pass that football. He has got 46 pass attempts on the season opposed to 10 rush attempts. And defensively, he's going to bring that bear look that's so strong. He's going to mix it up there, look to stop the run and bring good pass rush out of that. Really good look, really good game plan for Jimmy for this game.
Sure, I absolutely. I say 0-16, but yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Obviously, he played extremely well, so we'll see what he's got here. Looks like he's actually going to start with the ball. Henry Ruggs on the return, so Tski going to set up his defense first. What are you looking for Tski defensively?
Gonna look to with Jimmy, the first time you play him, you got to see what he's going to come out with. You got to see what his tendencies are. I'm not sure how familiar Tski is with Jimmy. I'm going to assume he is. It's going to look like he's going to sit in a 3-4 bear, kind of similar to Jimmy. Let's see what setups he's going to bring out of that. Is he going to bring the linebacker from off the ball deep on the contain? Is he going to bring in just a standard 5-man rush off the right side? He's going to bring 6, everybody on the line. We're going to see.
Yeah, both these guys looking to run the 3-4 bear setup, it appears. So we'll see what Jimmy is going to come out with on offense. Looks like he's probably setting his audibles. For any of you new to the competitive Madden scene, these guys are going to decline this delay a game here as they set their audibles. That's just a little gentleman's agreement, obviously, that every competitive Madden player has with their opponent. So we're going to take a look here. Obviously, Jimmy is setting up his offense. Ski's setting up his defense. So what are you looking for from Jimmy on offense? A lot of pass here?
A lot of passing, a lot of passing. He likes his deep shots. He's gonna look for those fades. He's gonna read top down, is how I like to say it. He's gonna look to see if he's got his deep shot, then work down through his progressions.
All right, well, here he comes. He's coming out here already in the tight slots. He's got his running back on his right hip of Jon Snow, setting up his pass play here. Gonna motion him across from the left to the right. Looking to drop back and throw is Jon Snow. Rolls out to the left, looking. Nothing really open. Still skimming. Here comes the pressure. Finally throws the ball away. So our first play of the game is an incompletion, a throwaway. 0 for 1 is Jon Snow. Second and 10 for Jimmy. What'd you like from Tski on defense there?
Kind of mixed him up. He brought a bear look, but usually when you see the bear look on offense in the pre-snap, you think you're going to get a lot of pressure. He only rushed 3 people there and had a contain, and he clicked on the contain to go attack, which was actually the pressure he got. Without clicking on that contain, he wouldn't have got pressure, but that means he had 8 bodies back there, or 7 bodies back there in coverage.
Yeah, so good defensive play, good start there for Tski as Jimmy comes out again in the tight slots. He's still got that running back Lannister on the right hip of Jon Snow. Setting up the play, drops back to throw again with Snow, scanning the field again, rolls out to the left, looking back across. He's got Stark. Stark makes the catch out at the 46-yard line. So a nice play there. He's going to go no huddle up tempo here. Takes 12 seconds off the clock. 1st and 10 now for Jimmy here from the 46-yard line. Still in the same tight slots look. Got the running back on the left hip this time. Stark goes in motion from right to left. Snaps, drop back to throw. Does Snow. Out to the left again, throwing the corner route. It's complete to Stark again. That'll be a first down to the 33-yard line. And Jimmy gonna still with that up-tempo look here. No time to rest for Tski. Still in the tight slots formation. Running back on the right hip now, making his adjustments here. What are we gonna see from Jon Snow here on first down? Drops back to throw, scanning the field, back out to the left, throws back across the middle. That's Stark again. We've seen that in route multiple times now. What are you liking here from Jimmy so far?
Get a drink of water, McCarley. You have earned it. I'm liking how Jimmy's setting this offense up. He's getting good protection. He's realizing that he's only getting a light rush. So he's got time to have these deeper routes set up, and he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's still going to stay with the up-tempo. He likes to keep Tski in that formation. Drops back to throw again. This time going over the middle. Nobody there. Looked like a little contact there from the spy and the crossing receiver. So we'll see an incompletion and finally a chance for Tski to catch his breath, and myself included.
There's no pass interference in Madden.
Absolutely early on, not.
I'm getting a real big bend, don't break vibe defensively from Tski here. You know, you see 3, 4 bodies back in the deep zones. You're seeing some short coverage on the curls there. Those crosses are going to be open, but he's not overcommitting a lot of blitz. He's not sending a lot of people to expose him to a deep shot.
Well, now we'll see Jimmy here in the Y-off trips look. He's got he's in the shotgun formation, running back on his right hip. Jon Snow with the man across in motion. Going to hand the ball off this time. First carry of the game for Lannister. Lannister takes it up. Going to get tackled down at the 14-yard line. Gain of 8. Now they're going to run no huddle again is Jimmy here. Still in the same formation. Got the running back on the right hip. Still in the Y-off trips look. The 2 receivers lined up to the left with the tight end on that side as well. Tski scrambling on defense, trying to get everybody set. We'll see what Jon Snow's got here. He's going to drop back to throw, scans, fires, check down, caught by Drago. Looked like it could have been tipped, but it was completed down to the 11-yard line and a first down. Another no huddle here from Jimmy, all up tempo on this first drive. Still on the first down now. He's going to hand the ball off to Lannister. Lannister runs up the middle to the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And Jimmy's still with that no huddle. Absolutely no reprieve for Tski. Still in that Y-off trips look is Jimmy. Got the running back on the right hip now as Tski makes his adjustments on defense, trying to get people set with this no-huddle offense. Jon Snow in the shotgun. Now he's going to audible around and see what he does. He flips the formation. Looks like he's going to go to a trips look. Trips to the right, tight end offset to the left, running back on the left hip of Jon Snow now. Stark in motion. Hand off again to Lannister. Lannister looking for Pater, and he's got it. There's a touchdown for Jimmy as it's Lannister getting his first score of the game. Jimmy takes a 6-0 lead. What'd you like on that drive?
I liked how Jimmy finished that when Tski, as soon as Tski changed his look, Tski got out of that 3-4 bear and he went to a nickel, 2-4-5 or something where he only had 2 down linemen and 2 outside rushers, and that's a soft look. That's not a good run defense unless it's going to be one of those bench blitzes. So realistically, Jimmy, once he saw that, wanted to keep that look and wanted to have the flexibility to run or pass on that front, and that's why you set all those audibles at the beginning of the game. If you set all 4 audibles out of like 8 formations, you're going to have 20 to 25, 40 plays available to you.
Yeah, there we go. So we see Tski. Yeah, so we see Tski. How is he going to respond now? Tski, obviously a very, very good Madden player in his own right, has made a EA Live event, was in the Club Championship Series for the New England Patriots last year. He's now controlling the New England Patriots in the Pigskin Junkies CFM. As we get a pause here, so what are you expecting for Tski on offense here to respond?
Methodical. You saw Jimmy start off with pass. Tyrion Lannister's first carry came when they was already well in that drive, I think the sixth play, and inside the red zone. Tski is not going to wait that long to run the football. He's going to take a more like methodical approach, be a little more content with 3-4 yards of carry here, and then he's going to look to set up his passes off of those run looks once you've committed to those run looks.
All right, well, we'll see as Tski goes through his audibles. We've seen a lot of stuff from a lot of different looks from Tski. We've seen him run the ball a lot of different ways. Is that difficult for you if you were to try to run these gimmicky runs? We've seen him run a lot of jet sweeps, triple options. Do you think it's more difficult to play that way because you have to have things go your way, or does that actually open things up for you as a player?
To be completely honest, it's a 50-50. Everything in Madden's going to be a 50-50. Every Madden player knows that. You're either going to get that block, or your player's going to do what you want him to do in that particular player in that particular instance, or he's not. And a lot of times that's make or break for these high-level guys because they know what they want to do. They know how it should look. It's just a matter of will the player do the job on the field in the game.
Okay, and as a defensive player, you see your opponent come out in, let's say, a known gimmicky formation, some kind of pistol formation where read option is a thing, or even wildcat. What's your first thought when you see that pop up?
It's CFM. People have abilities, and you still want to play that just how you would a stretch or a dive. You cannot sleep on some of these plays. Tski, we saw it in last year. He had a Play of the Year nomination that was a great jet sweep. If you fall asleep for a second and don't respect your opponent, he could gash you on something like that.
Well, here he comes out in the pistol slot. He's going to run the ball. There's an option already out of the gate. He options it from Dak Prescott to Derrick Henry. Nothing doing. Loss of 3, in fact. So that'll be 2nd and 13 now from the 31. So looks like we're already seeing that sort of offense from Tski where he's running those gimmicky plays. You think that's going to work against a player like Jimmy?
I'll refer back to what I just kind of said about the generalization of those plays. If he got the one block there from 25, I think that's Marlon Mack. That's at least a first down, if not more. So, yeah, they can work if you get those blocks, if you get those fortuitous occurrences. But if you don't, you're going to lose 3-4 yards or more. So it's a roll of the dice. They can work big, but at the same time, for my taste, they're a little too high risk, low reward.
Well, here we go. Derrick Henry carries off to the left. There's a huge stiff arm, and Derrick Henry with those big shoulder pads, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, picking up a huge chunk of yards there. Give him a first down at the 48-yard line. So a nice rebound there from Tski after taking a loss on first down.
And we hit on it in the pregame show. Derrick Henry has over 100 rush yards, as well as Marlon Mack, the complimentary back for Tski. So he's going to look to run that football very well there. Derrick Henry is going to be a load to bring down. You're going to need to expect to have 2 or 3 tacklers around him.
Yeah, so we'll see how Jimmy responds to that sort of attack here as Tski audibles around, still in that pistol with Dak Prescott as the quarterback, hands the ball out to Marlon Mack. There's a nice tackle there to stop Marlon Mack for a loss of 1. Tski now going to go no huddle, still in that pistol formation, going to flip the play around a little bit, swap his receivers. He's still making adjustments, still in that pistol formation. Running backs offset to the right is Marlon Mack. So we'll see him. And now Dak Prescott got to option the ball. Dangerous option there as Derrick Henry stopped again, now this time for a loss. 3rd and 14 for Tski.
I think right now Tski's starting to realize that play, that type of option is not going to be there for a majority of this game out of that look. And I think he's hitting a little too hard. He might look to change up there, but good defense on the other side of the ball there from Jimmy. He's doing a great job bottling that up. I think that if you flip your in your coach's options, your play option to conservative or aggressive, that's making a difference here. It looks to me that he has flipped it to aggressive or conservative to play the running back.
All right, we'll see Dak Prescott's first pass attempt. Looking for a man. It's in. Not only is it not complete, it's intercepted by Giants Bane there for the pick for Jimmy. That'll give him the ball at his own 45-yard line. 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. So now Jimmy sets up shop on his side of midfield with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That's a tough throw. You got Giants Bane right there. I don't think he put outside lead on that. Maybe he did. Maybe a little more outside lead would have been beneficial there. Unideal turnover there for Tski.
Yeah, so we'll see how Tski responds on defense. Jimmy going to go back to that tight slots look. He's got the running back on his left hip. Now motions him to the right hip. Jon Snow still in the shotgun formation. He's been there all day. Drops back to throw. Rolls out again to the left. Looking, scanning the field. Fires. Caught by Drago. That's a huge gain. Down to the 32-yard line. And Jimmy going to stick with that no huddle. It's worked all day. No reason to stop now. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Still in the tight slots look. Lannister getting motions from the left hip to the right hip. Still in the same formation otherwise on the left hash. Is Jimmy IDing the mic here, looking to drop back, throw. Now rolls out to the right, looking, all day to throw. Here comes the pressure. That pass is picked off by Fisher. Fisher's got some room in front of him. Finally brought down. 29-yard line is where Tski will set up shop. What a play on defense for Ski.
And that's where Tski's defense comes in handy. He is not going to send a lot of pressure. We're seeing right now he's going to drop a lot into coverage and hope for Jimmy to make a mistake here. And Jimmy did make a mistake. Jimmy, I think he had a playmaker upfield. Probably assumed that his receiver or tight end, whoever that was going to go upfield a little more and did not do so. That's why when he threw that bullet with such confidence, it was such a bad pick. The receiver did not do what he thought he was going to do, but it sets up Tski on a good rebuttal possession.
Yeah, absolutely. Tski hands off the ball to Derrick Henry now, and Derrick Henry going to be brought down after a gain of, actually a loss of 5, I'm sorry. So now 2nd and 15 from the 25. The run game not working for Ski, so what do you think he should do here?
I think he's got to get a bit more to these outside runs. His most efficient run here with Derrick Henry was when he got him outside of the tackles, doing so with stretch. And I'm not sure if he's a toss guy and maybe try and bump some of these dives outside. I don't think the pistol is the way to go here. The pistol, from what I've been seeing, has been bottled up pretty well. Let's see if he changes up and works out of something different also.
We'll see what Tski's got here. 2nd and 15, 5:30 to play in the first half of the game of the week. 7-0 Denver as Tski hands the ball off. This time to Henry. Goes outside just like you said. And Henry throws the stiff arm. Doesn't get the animation, but does pick up a nice chunk. So exactly what you said there. And now Tski going to go no huddle. He's going to answer Jimmy back. Jimmy's been no huddling all game. Tski going to answer here. Looking to do the same thing from the pistol formation. He's got the running back offset to the left. That's Marlon Mack. He's going to flip the formation a little bit. Motion Marlon Mack out now. Marlon Mack in almost a split end or tight end position. And now the lone setback is Derrick Henry. They're going to hand the ball to Derrick Henry. Henry's got a seam, and Henry out across the 40-yard line. So a nice run play there. 2 back-to-back outside runs by Tski. Exactly what you called for.
So, and he's doing it by doing it a different way. He's running power plays here. So he's having the weak side or the not run side guard pull out there. So on the first play, he did a good job, and the pulling right guard is what allowed the fullback to break off to get this next second block he needed to get further afield. And on that time, the pulling guard also was a key block to get him that in the second level. So he's doing powers here, and he's doing a lot of pulling guard, pulling tackle type runs. I expect him to stay with that for some success here.
Yeah, so we'll see here as he hands it off inside zone. Again, goes to the inside run. Not much doing there. Marlon Mack, 2 carries, 0 yards. Does gain 1 to negate his negative run earlier. So 2nd and 9. Ski still going to go up-tempo. Still no huddle. 3:45 to play in the first half. Now audibles to an under-center look. First time we've seen Tski or either player under center at this point. He's going to go in the I-form formation. Two wing players to the left. Looks like he's going to motion a receiver across from the right to the left as well. That's Jarvis Landry. Hands the ball off to Derrick Henry. Henry, nothing doing. So the I-form formation not popping for Tski like he usually does. Still going to go no huddle here. 3:14 to go in the first half for Tski. And he's going to look to do the same thing. He's got the pistol formation, just one setback here. And that's Derrick Henry. So we'll see what he does here. Still looks like he's trying to decide what he wants to run on 3rd and 8. This is the big 3rd down for Tski. Drops back to pass, does Dak Prescott looking, scanning the field, fires. He's got Marlon Mack. Did he get his feet in? He did. Down to the 44-yard line. Beautiful catch on his first completion of the game for Tski.
You see Tski do a little click on possession catch there to make sure he gets that toe tap in. Beautiful read there. But Tski is seeing Jimmy defensively in a 3-4 look. I'm not sure if it's an odd or a even, but the stretch is known to destroy this. I'm surprised he's not switching to a stretch here out of I-4 to try and crush this.
We'll see what he does here. Again, he's going to hand off outside, off tackle look here as he hands the ball off to Marlon Mack. Nice run play there from Marlon Mack. Finally gets some positive yards on the board. Gains 7 yards. 2:20 to play here in the first half. So a nice run there by Tski on first down.
And it is looking like my score prediction of going over on 50 points is going to be well short and wrong here as these gentlemen are playing a patient, methodical game on the ground here.
I was with you there. I thought it would be more of a shootout as well, so I'm just as surprised as you are. So we'll see here as we finally reach the 2-minute warning in the first half. It's only 7-0, but there have been a lot of plays in this first half with both players running no huddle. So we'll see what we got here. Tski is going to have the ball to start the 2-minute warning here. 2nd and 3 from Jimmy's 37. So he's in plus territory. Are you looking? Got to get points here, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for the old school Patriots Bill Belichick special, because doesn't he receive the ball at the second half also?
He does. That is correct. Jimmy started with the ball, so Tski will get the ball to start the second half. So you got to be thinking points here, I would imagine.
Not even a touchdown. I'm happy with 3 if I'm Tski. I know he's a MUT player, competitive guy, but we'll see what he does.
Yeah. So we'll see what he does. He hands the ball up there on 2nd and 3, picks up 2 yards. 3rd and 1 will be the spot from the 35. 1:42 to play in the first half. Tski audibling around, trying to decide what he wants to run here on 3rd down. Let's see what he does. He starts in the pistol, still in the pistol. Now he moves Marlon Mack from the right side to the left side. Moves his wide receiver Smith from the left to the right. Going to hand the ball off to Mack. Mack's got the first down. Not much more, but that's all he needed. He needed 2. He got 3. Still up-tempo look here for Tski as he's going to call a no-huddle. Still working out of the pistol. Has been in the pistol most of the game. Most of his snaps have come from the pistol. Now he's on the 33-yard line. 1:05 to play in the first half of this game here, the game of the week. Denver leads 7-0 as Tski going to run that option again. Derrick Henry gets loose. Derrick Henry to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He will score. So there it is. That option play that was not working at all early in the first half now pops for a big touchdown. What did you see on that play?
I saw that 50-50 Mack, the fullback, got out there and picked up that DB or safety coming down to get that block. And then he also got a little stuck on the line, but also played in benefit because that allowed another blocker to get the last man that would have brought down that play for a short gain. Derrick Henry springs it out there, and that's why you lean on that run game, because one of those 10 times you're going to get those blocks you need and you're going to house it.
Yeah, and Tski just shrugs his shoulders almost to say it bees like that sometimes, and we all play Madden 20. We know it bees like that. Unbelievable play because he needed every bit of that to get on the board before the half. Again, Tski gets the ball at the second to start the second half. So the question is, if you're Jimmy, what are you doing on this possession with 55 seconds to go and all 3 timeouts?
Well, Jimmy's a passer, and Tski is playing bend, don't break defense. There's a full slate of timeouts, 6 on the board, 3 apiece for both teams. So Jimmy's going to look to get into field goal range here. He knows that Tski's going to get the ball at the start of the second half. I think he just wants to get some points on the board, trust his defense coming out of the second half to hold Tski to 3.
Let me ask you this, Freeze. When was the last time in a competitive Madden game you saw both players get the 52 seconds to go in the first half with all 6 timeouts?
It's been a good while, because a lot of the time players are so critical. They want to make sure they have the correct looks. They're going to call timeouts to reassess something. Defensive guys, if they don't like it, they're going to call timeouts. It's surprising. I really can't name a time, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I can't think of one either. It's been a pretty surprising first half, to be honest, to see both players go up tempo so much, but we're still tied at 7. So there's only been 2 touchdowns total, despite all the no huddling that's been going on. As Tski sends the heavy pressure and gets a sack after Jon Snow trying to find something to make something happen before the half. So big sack there for Tski as we eclipse 40 seconds to play in the first half.
I think that was only the second or third time that Tski sent more than 3 actual rushers. He's been sending 3 with a spy out there to click on for pressure. That time he sends 4 and it gets home.
So we'll see how Jon Snow, Jimmy, and the Broncos respond here. With 19 seconds to play, Jimmy's going to drop back to throw with Jon Snow. Fires. That pass is going to be intercepted by LeCounte, as he's going to try to return it. He's already in field goal range. Tski on the move down at the 25-yard line. So a huge play there for Tski.
That's a great click on there by Tski, and also an unideal play design there by Jimmy. That deep third, deep quarter, deep half, whatever it was, he was not occupied by anything else deep, so he was able to click on there. He was playing that route. He wasn't playing it well, but he was one priority. So when Tski clicked on, he was making a straight line for it, and that's a great click on there. I think if Jimmy would have sent a streak on the same side of the field to kind of take that deep defender away, he would have had a much safer, better throw.
Yeah, so see how Tski responds now. In plus territory, well within field goal range, all 3 timeouts. So it's all about how he wants to play this. He's going to hand the ball off to the left with Derrick Henry. Henry's going to gain maybe 6 inches. They're still going to spot him at the 25. So Jimmy actually takes a timeout, not Tski. 6 seconds to go. Ski wisely going to just line up and take his 3 points before half, knowing he gets the football.
Yeah, and with how the game has gone, if there was like 15, 20 more points on the board here, I'd say go for it maybe. But it's 7-7. now about to be, assuming he makes this kick 10-7. You're getting the ball. It's
Yeah.
a gritty, more realistic football type of Madden game we got going on right here, and you got to play like it.
Yeah, so as they continue to grind it out here, Tski tacks on the field goal. That'll make it 10-7 Patriots as we head to the half. We got 2 seconds left in the half, so barring anything crazy on this kickoff, and Henry Ruggs is back deep, so Tski going to up kick to the fullback, and that'll take us to the first half. We're actually going to load up and bring up Jimmy's stream now. We spent the first half on Tski's stream. We will bring up Jimmy's now, and we'll watch his stream for the second half of the game. But these guys get ready to kick off. What did you like most out of the first half? What surprised you the most? What did you like most?
Kind of what I was predicting there initially in the pregame show, that Tski's defense was going to be enough to bottle up Jimmy's pass game just enough, and that his run game, I'm not sure if he's not wanting to go to it yet or if it's not there for him at the moment. But I think that defensively he was doing that. He's making Jimmy play a Tski style game. Jimmy likes shootouts, high scoring, a lot of passing. That's why he runs a no huddle. Tski's slow and methodical. He's going to play the run, and that's the game he has dragged Jimmy into right now. And Jimmy's now going to have to adjust and try and fight back to get on his terms.
Yeah, so we'll see how these two teams respond, how they start the second half. Tski going to start with the ball, still in that pistol look. Jimmy now going to try to respond on defense as well. We're looking through the eyes of Jimmy and the Denver Broncos here. We spent the first half looking at Tski's stream. We're now going to be looking through the eyes of Jimmy here. So we'll still see Tski in this pistol look. We'll see what he wants to do on first down. Now he motions his back from the left to the right. That's Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack going to take the carry. Inside zone look. Stark. Great user play there by Jimmy to stop him for what could have been a huge game, was only a gain of 2. Now Tski going to still go with that up-tempo look, no huddle here for Tski starting the second half, much of the way he spent the first half, no huddle from the pistol. So we'll see how he responds here on now 2nd and 8, still in the pistol formation. He's got Marlon Mack on the left hip of Dak Prescott. He's going to drop back to throw, looking, scans, fires. He's got Marlon Mack only a couple of yards picked up there. So what are you liking from Tski's approach here in the first half? What are you seeing right now?
He's staying true to brand, staying short, staying methodical. He's falling a little bit behind in the down and distance, which is unideal for him. Going to see what he likes to do here. He's going to probably look to pass, which is beyond 5 yards, something outside of his comfort zone from what I've seen.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to air the ball out a little bit more than he's used to. We've seen Dak Prescott throw a couple of times, but nothing deep, not taking any shots. Obviously, Jimmy sending pressure on most downs is kind of causing problems for the pass game. And now we're going to see our first actual timeout of the game. We saw a timeout by Jimmy at the end of the first half, really for no real reason. This time, Tski doesn't like what he's looking at, so he calls a timeout.
And Jimmy, if he would have stayed true there and ran that play how he had it set up, he would have been light, not sending any pressure, only a 3 or 4 man rush, dropping back 7 or 8 or 6 or 7 into coverage. Yeah,
so we'll see what he does here now. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for pressure here. He was sending pressure. He looked like he was going to drop 8 there. But now we've got Tski in the shotgun formation. Much different than what we've seen so far. He was in the pistol. Now he's in the shotgun. Derrick Henry on the left hip of Tski. Looking to motion a guy from right to left. That's Hooper. He's going to motion him into block. Here comes the pressure. Fires, and that pass is going to be caught. Did he get his feet in? He did. They'll spot him at the 44-yard line. Jimmy doesn't like it. That'll give Tski a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 down from the 44.
That is a beautiful play design there for Tski. You see, whenever you have this bear look, it's a safe assumption to make that a lot of the times the short hard flat zones, those short outs are going to be there, those short crossers. So when you need a down like that, it's going to happen. Jimmy that time did not send a lot of heat. He only dropped 6. He only sent 6, dropped 5.
Yeah, and there goes Derrick Henry. He looked like he could have had some room if he made a man miss. He could not. So get a gain of 2. That'll spot him down at the 46-yard line. So now 2nd and 8. Tski going to go back to the pistol after a couple of plays in shotgun. He's running back to the pistol formation. Now we see Jimmy flipping his camera. Obviously unintentional. But we'll see him now trying to set up this defense. We got Tski in the pistol formation. Marlon Mack back on the right hip of Dak Prescott. 2nd and 8 from the 46. 7 on the play clock. Marlon Mack now motions out of the backfield to the left side of the line. He's going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. Nothing doing there for Derrick Henry. Now they'll bring up 3rd down for Tski.
And this is the down and distance that Tski is not as comfortable with, but we just saw him convert a 3rd and 7, and he probably could have had a little more on that last play. Let's see what Jimmy does here to defensively change up. On that last 3rd down, that 3rd and 7, Jimmy defensively sent 6. He sent 4 on the line, the outside linebacker, and the off-ball linebacker on the contain, and he dropped 5 in a cover 2 shell, which meant that there was deep halves and the hook curls, and he was using one of those hook curls, the outside intermediate zone, or the outside of the flats, was open. Is he going to guard those? Is he going to leave them open again? Who knows?
Well, now we see Tski come out in the shotgun, a 2x2 set. First time we've seen a 2x2 from either player at this point. Left hip, now Derrick Henry on the left hip, now motions to the right hip of Dak Prescott. So we'll see how Tski responds here, now facing 39. He's going to take a delay of game, so that one is probably going to be accepted, and it is. So now it'll be a 3rd and 14 there as Tski could not get set up in time.
Yep, just like the ability. First one's free, second one's going to cost you. Defensively, you saw Jimmy playing that left curl flat, hard flat, that left purple zone, that left outside the half zone there that Tski was able to convert this last one on, and he's leaving the right one open. Is Tski going to see it?
Well, we'll find out here on 3rd and 14. Now Tski back in the pistol after experimenting in the 2x2 set. He's going to play fake, roll out, fires. He's got Landry. Landry, what a catch in traffic. Jarvis Landry, the prolific slot receiver. What a play in traffic by Jarvis Landry on that catch.
He found the hole right there, and again, I think he had that little click on and moved him right just before the catch to keep him away from the free safety coming across, get him a little deeper in that catch animation before the contact to kind of ensure a safer catch, and he does so. Real unfortunate there on Jimmy's end. You expect your safety to knock that ball out with a hit, but that's Jimmy. Whenever he's not sent more than 4, he's given up a decently big play in passing.
And here's Derrick Henry on that option play again. After the Jarvis Landry catch, there's another huge gain for Derrick Henry. So we've seen that option play multiple times. The last 2 times that Tski has run it has resulted in a touchdown and then a gain of almost 20 there as he's taking it all the way down to the 4-yard line.
And he's getting those blocks, and I don't know how, off the top of my head, I would go about defending that realistically, because he's shown that he can do a few other things out of that formation. You don't want to over-allocate a lot of resources to stopping that option when initially you had such success stopping it. What do you do? Do you man him up? I don't know. What would you do, McCarley?
I would probably look to go in a man-up situation, but you also got to wonder how's that going to help in the run game. I can't believe Tski's having the success. With the way the play starts and then finishes, you can't believe it goes for that many yards. But Tski has popped it twice for 2 huge gains. Now he's going to take the read option with Dak Prescott. That goes absolutely nowhere. That's a loss of 3. Tski going to go up-tempo now, still in the pistol formation. Marlon Mack on the right hip of Dak Prescott. Derrick Henry, the lone setback. 2 receivers lined up to the left, tight end on the right side. So we'll see how Tski does here. 7 on the 7-yard line, 2nd and goal. 1:49 to play. Going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. Henry looking for some room. He is brought down at the 6, so only a gain of a yard. Tski still going up-tempo. We've seen a lot of up-tempo here from both players from basically the jump of the game till now. We've seen a lot of no-huddle, a lot of up-tempo stuff. So we still see Tski in the pistol. He's still going to rock that same formation. He's going to try to get in the end zone here. He would love 7 points. Motions man across. First jet touch pass we've seen. Smith carries it all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And that is I'm not going to call it a Tski special, but that is the type of plays that he was able to bust big last season, like we saw and mentioned earlier in the play of the year. Huge decision here before the play. What's he going to do? You got to think he's going for it, because in competitive Madden, if Jimmy scores a touchdown and gets a PAT, he's still going to be up here. I think that he is going to play for the touchdown and go up 2 possessions with short time, which is going to be huge, and he will do so.
Yep, Tski going for it. We'll see if he gets it here on 4th down. He's going to try to run it in with Dak Prescott. He gets in an awkward animation to be sure, but Dak Prescott scores a touchdown. The former Tennessee Titan, now in New England Patriot. I drafted him in the 1st round or the 2nd round. He is now a New England Patriot. Scores a touchdown there. Would you have gone for it in that situation, or would you have kicked 3?
100%. I go for it in that situation, knowing that Jimmy's got a dangerous offense and he's got 1 play score potential at all times. Want to go, and you've got the ball at the 2-yard line. It's the closest he's been all game, and he's got a chance to put this for all intents and purposes. Essentially, this could be out of reach. I know there's still a minute to go in the 3rd, and there's still an entire quarter, but the way the game's been going is possession by possession, and whoever was going to go up 2 possessions, I thought was going to prevail in this game. Tski has now gone up 2 possessions.
Yeah,
he can retain this lead, but Jimmy's got to be more aggressive on offense.
Absolutely. You got to believe that Jimmy's got to have points here. You got to believe that anything less than a touchdown here is probably going to be a huge disappointment for Jimmy. We'll see what he does. He comes out in that Y-off trips look again. He's going to snap, hand the ball off to Lannister. Lannister's got some space. Can he get free? He gets a huge gain, picks up about 15 yards. They'll spot him down at the 40-yard line, so a nice run there for Jimmy. He's going to go no huddle again, still in that Y-off trips formation, going to flip it from the right side, being the strong side of the formation, to the left side now. He's got the wide receivers lined up on the wide side of the field, running back on his right hip. Stark in motion from left to right. Jimmy going to hand the ball off again to Lannister. Lannister's got more space across midfield all the way down to the, actually going to spot it just short, or just past midfield at the 49-yard line. That'll take us to the fourth quarter.
Tyrion Lannister has 5 rushes, which is he has now met his average for rushes per game. I think that, well, who knows? Is he going to get more work here, McCarley, or is Jimmy going to lean on the pass game now that his fourth quarter he's down 2 possessions?
We'll definitely see. Jimmy has been known to think outside of the box offensively. If it were me, I probably would not be running the ball anymore down 10 points with only 6 minutes to go. Would you be running the ball in this situation?
Only if it's a big hitter. If it's a play I know I can pick up 15, 20 yards on and get out of bounds at the same time, I'm hitting it. But you also got to mix those in because you don't want to have somebody just sending dogs at your pass rush the whole time.
Yeah, so we'll see what Jimmy does. So on that Y-off trips, going to motion Stark from right to left. He's going to drop back to throw with Snow. Scanning the field, still looking, fires. He's got a man. That's Stark. No animation to make the catch. So it'll be incomplete. Still will bring up second down and 10 from the 49. And so what happened on that play that led to an incomplete pass?
I don't know, to be honest. I think Jimmy might have gotten EA'd there because it looked to me like he had the route. The route was there. Bro, he had his feet set. The only thing I think could have popped in, and I didn't see the little notification at the bottom to trigger this, that could have been a low ball bullet to try and keep him away from the overtop defenders. But I don't think that's a bit of a stretch on me to make that type of prediction. I think that's just an unfortunate play there.
Yeah, it looked pretty weird to me as well. Definitely had the man open. Definitely had the ball in the right spot. Just an unfortunate break for Jimmy. 5:54 to play, so still plenty of time. He's got all 3 timeouts. He's in the plus side of the field, so he just needs to get some points here. So what are you looking for, Jimmy? Are you looking to score quick? Are you still looking to maybe take a 3 or 4 play drive to score? What would you do? Were you trying to hit it quick here for points?
You got one or two ways to look at it. One, yes, score big because you need to. You haven't been able to stop Tski short, but also you can't afford to fall behind and down a distance. I'll keep saying that. It's so huge in CFMs.
Yeah, so we'll see what he does here. Still that Y-off trips looking at motion Stark across from the right to the left again. Motions him in to block, drops back to throw, does Jon Snow. All day to throw the football. Finally finds a man. That's Stark. Stark's got the ball. Huge completion down to the 19-yard line. So call it a 30-yard gain. And now that'll bring Jimmy down to 1st and 10. 5:28 to play. Going to go no huddle here. Still in the same formation. Y-off trips, shotgun formation. He's got his running back on his left hip. He's looking to probably strike on this play. Looks like he's setting up a nice touchdown combo here. Drops back to throw. Snow looking all day to throw again. Here comes the pressure finally off the edge, and that'll force an incomplete pass for Jimmy. Now they'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you see Tski's user defender going to Stark on that crosser just because he knows that's been killing him every time Jimmy's gotten a good pass off. I think every time, if not for one instance, it's been Stark or a deep crosser from right to left in that deep kind of zone past the curl flat and in between the deep blue zones.
Yeah, so good defensive play there by Tski. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line. Still 5:12 to play, 15 on the shot clock. Jimmy setting up his offense. Tyrion Lannister on the left hip of Jon Snow. Stark in motion from right to left. See how Jimmy attacks this defense here from Tski. Going to drop back to throw. Looking all day to throw again. Finally some pressure coming through. Jon Snow escapes and slides down at the 17-yard line. So Jon Snow with a nice escape. Going to go no huddle here. Is Jimmy staying that Y-off trips look? Got the tight end on the right. Running back on the left. Going to drop back to throw. Over the middle. That's complete to Stark for a touchdown. A nice play there by Jimmy.
Deep post, and I think Tski got stuck on his D line. I saw a big boy wearing 99 trying to swat that football. He didn't get off the ground high enough to anything to it, unfortunately. That's a good read by Jimmy on the deep post. If you are Tski, I think you need to play safe there. Early on in the game, you saw him be very content rushing 3 with a spy and dropping back 7 in coverage. If you're in the red zone right there defensively and you're in a 2-possession game, do the same thing. Don't leave those quick openings there. Make Jimmy run around, scramble, make a mistake like you were doing earlier on in the game.
Yeah, so we saw a quick snap touchdown there for Jimmy, catching Tski a little bit on his heels. So now it's up to Jimmy to respond on defense and make sure he gets a stop here. Tski gonna try to get some more points on the board here on offense. So what are you looking for from Tski to try to get to on this drive? What are you looking for from Tski here?
Kill the clock. 3 yards of play. If you get 3 yards of play on this and you convert, you do that 3 times, you're going to burn a lot of clock. You're going to deplete Jimmy of all of his timeouts, and that is what he wants to do here. But that is not how you want to start the drive off. You want to get a little more.
Yeah, he starts the starts the drive with a -1 yard run play there. So obviously not less than ideal. So he'll start off here on 2nd and 11 now. He's going to come out in the pistol formation like we've seen in most of the game. So now it'll be up to Jimmy to make a stop. Tski needs to play. It's time to find out who is going to win this game. Just 4:06 to play in the fourth quarter. Tski needs points. Jimmy needs a stop. So 5 on the play clock. Tski content taking this all the way down. Pistols lined up strong side. And then he's going to hand the ball off. And that's going to be a option play again. And Derrick Henry's loose. Derrick Henry's across almost to midfield. He's out there out to the 41-yard line, we'll call. So 15 carries, 106 yards from Derrick Henry. What a play. Looked like a triple option there almost from Tski.
And he stays inbound. Tski has made the correct read on those read option runs all game. Now, if he's gotten the blocks or not has been a different story. That time he continues to get the blocks how he needs him to. And just a really unfortunate, I think, click-on animation there for Jimmy, whether he's trying to click on his stick, click on tackle, click on his strip, I don't know. But that DB was on skates as soon as Derrick Henry shifted that left stick around.
Yeah, so huge play there for Tski. Again, Tski, a very, very well-known, well-established competitive player, made a live event last year. Jimmy, obviously a great player as well. So this game is coming down to the wire, 17-14. The Patriots lead as we approach 3 minutes to play, 3:12 to play on the clock exactly. Tski going to hand the ball off again to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry again with another first down. A huge run, huge pickup across midfield down to the 46-yard line. Huge play there for Tski.
And this is where you get into real awkward territory for Jimmy. You're starting to get this clock. You got 2 more plays here or 1 more play here realistically for Tski, and you're going to be at the 2-minute warning. You're going to have to start burning your timeouts. This play right here, you need to dig in your heels and stop. You cannot give up 4 or 5 yards here on this run. You need to stop him right here. This is where it starts.
This could very well be the biggest play of the game with just 2:36 remaining in the whole ball game. Tski leads by 3 with the ball at the 46-yard line of the Denver Broncos. He's going to try to hand the ball off here to Derrick Henry. Henry's looking for some space, and he's got it. Derrick Henry all the way down to the 38-yard line, so a huge pickup there. Another 8 yards for Derrick Henry, and he can take this all the way down to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and that's what you didn't want there for Jimmy. Now he's going to have to play this. You start burning your timeouts, obviously, on this next play. 2-minute warning is going to hit this next play. In a perfect world, you stop Derrick Henry or you get a sack, you send Tski back 4 or 5 yards, right? And then you burn your timeout. You still got 1 potentially stop him, and then you got some flexibility with how you can proceed with the rest of the game. But if he gives up this first down, he's going to have to burn his timeout the following play, right? Which is going to mean he's going to be down a timeout. He's going to have to let the last play, this 3rd down play, tick out, or the 4th down play tick out for Tski. But it all starts with getting a stop, and that's what has to happen first. Everything I just said is dependent upon him stopping Tski.
Yeah, so we'll see what he does here. 2nd and 2. There's a huge stop, just like you mentioned. So now on this side of the 2-minute warning, we'll see 1:53 to play. The clock continues to run. 3rd and 6 for Tski. So just what the doctor ordered, just what Freeze called for there. We see a huge stop, loss of 4 on the play. So now 3rd and 6 for Tski, and this is going to be a huge play here. Jimmy's got to get a stop. We'll see Tski in the pistol, just like he's been all game long. What's he going to dial up here? 17 seconds on the play clock. He could very well take this all the way down.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get a timeout there from Jimmy, but that just tells me he's confident he's going to get a stop here and be able to have 2 on or have 1 on the drive.
So we'll see what he did. 4 seconds on the play clock now. Tski obviously taking it all the way down. Hands the ball off to Henry. Henry's loose. What a tackle there. Huge tackle from Jimmy. The down hit stick that trips up the running back. What a play there for Jimmy.
That is Giants Bane coming through. The man who had the interception to start the game off for Jimmy's defense, making a big play late in the game here, keeping Jimmy alive. Play of the game, as you said it right here. If Jimmy gets the stop, he's in business. If Tski gets this conversion, that's, for all intents and purposes, the game in my books. So here it comes. It all comes down to this.
Yep, 4th and the game here. 1 yard separates Tski from a victory. 1 yard separates Jimmy from having another shot. So in the pistol formation is Tski. Prescott lined up with Derrick Henry behind him and Marlon Mack on his right hip. 2 receivers lined up to the left. So this is it. This is what it all. This basically the game here is going to jet touch pass to Smith. Smith has the first down. Not much more, but unbelievable break there for Jimmy. So that could very well do it as Tski gets the first down he needed.
You see the emotion on Jimmy's stream there. That was so close to going his way. The stones on Tski to call a jet sweep in that scenario. 4th and 1 with the game on the line. Calling it there. Oh, my goodness. What a game. I'm not going to call it a play of the year nomination, but that is a ballsy play call to go his way. And we were saying, I think that's the game. Unless Jimmy gets a strip animation here, Tski's not going to even give him the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, Tski just going to kneel it out. Unbelievable break. It looked like Tski even stumbled as the pass was completed. So it looked like Jimmy had a chance. I can't say that I would ever call a jet touch pass on 4th in the game. Would you call a jet touch pass on 4th in the game?
Oh, Lord, no. Not in my wildest dreams am I calling that. I'm calling, if I'm running the ball, it's I'm not going to give away too much of my secrets, but it's not that type of a run.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree there. I can't believe that was the play call. An unbelievable play there from Tski. Obviously, Jimmy taking the timeout's not really going to matter with the 40-second play clock. Tski can kneel the clock out here and kind of take it to the GG scenario. But what a game we saw. So what did you like the most about this game from Tski, and what did you see that makes you look at Tski as a possible Super Bowl contender?
Experience, man, and versatility from his offense. He's with this offense from that same formation. There's so many things you got to defend. You saw the read option. He had so many success getting it out to Derrick Henry outside the tackles a lot of the times there. But you also saw Marlon Mack be able to take it in between the tackles for a good 7-8, sometimes more than that. And I don't think he's scared to run to Dak Prescott. He can also pass out of that formation. So really, very typical competitive style scheme. A lot of things to defend out of one formation, and keeps you on your heels. You do not know what's coming.
Yeah, so there we see the clock hit all zeros as Tski will take the victory in our game of the week. Obviously, Jimmy suffers his first loss of the season. So Jimmy obviously went through an 0-16 season. I put that in parentheses or quotations or put an asterisk next to it or whatever you want to call it. But so Jimmy suffers his first loss here. But what are you looking for from Jimmy going forward as the season progresses?
I think that we can come to refer to Jimmy's inaugural season as a beautiful tank, right? Jimmy's going to rebound from this. He's a strong player. He's smart defensively. He's savvy. Tski is just kind of in that same boat. Just you saw stylistically the clash here didn't work. What I would have liked Jimmy to have done earlier is go to the run. You saw Tyrion Lannister on just 5 or 6 carries have very efficient numbers and a very good run average. I think if he would have gone to the run a little earlier, trying to match Tski's game plan a little bit, he would have had a little more success, because you saw he was able to put points up in the pass game late when he knew it was coming. I think earlier, if he mixed in his run a little more, the pass would have been more available in the first half.
Yeah, so we see there, obviously, Jimmy looking over the stats and trying to decipher where it all went wrong. Obviously, both players played a really good game, a pretty balanced attack from Tski. We saw him throw the ball when he had to. We saw him run the ball a fair amount. So what did you see? What did you see from Tski? So do you expect Tski? Obviously, he's in the AFC East with drag. So do you expect Tski to be there when it's all said and done? Are you expecting him to be in the playoffs and making a run this year?
Well, I mean, let me just tell you this. I would not want to be a competitor in that division. I thought the NFC West was tough. And, man, that AFC East is looking something vicious right now. Who knows? It's too early to tell. Full of competitive players. A lot can happen. Injuries are also a thing in CFM that players are not used to. So the slider is very low in our – but there is still that 1 in 10 chance where you could lose a key player like Colt did last year with Lamar Jackson, and that could also feed into effect here. Really – I can't make a prediction right now. AFC East is going to be tough. Here's what I will say. I predict 2 teams make the playoffs in the AFC East. How about that one?
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. You got Drag and Tski, both of them looking very good. Both of them live event players for EA. They've made it to live event and major tournaments for EA. Obviously, you expect them to continue to play well. They are both playing well so far. So we had a great time calling this game. A tremendous game from both competitors. We saw obviously Tski take the game. He came out with the victory, 17-14 over the Broncos. But I had a great time calling this game. I thought it was a really good game. What did you think of the game overall, Freeze?
Man, whenever you get a competitive game like that, where it's the biggest spread in this game was 10 points, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? 17-7 for
Yep,
Tski.
correct.
Whenever you get one of those, it's a fun game to watch. Defensive minded. You see people really thinking a lot. In those high scoring games, people are just using their A game over and over. They're really digging into their deep stuff, their B game, getting a little more creative. These guys, when you get these games like this, they really got to get creative. Not just on offense, on defense too. You saw Jimmy start making much different adjustments defensively out of his bear look to try and counter this run game from Tski. So that's what I enjoyed the most, seeing 2 high-level smart players make adjustments to the game.
Yeah, this is a fun game to call for me because it was a very competitive game, back and forth. It wasn't a blowout either way. It was a lot of fun. Both guys adjusting to each other. We got to see. It's nice to have the webcams up when they're available because you get to see the look on the players' faces and see what they're thinking in real time and see their reactions to certain plays. So, what do you think about the webcams being up? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? What did you like about the presentation today?
Oh, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of the webcams. I'm a huge fan of how we go half to half with each player's perspective, because it kind of gets you a feel of it really puts the viewers in the emotion. It gives them a feel for that. You see Tski initially when he wasn't getting those blocks, kind of throwing his hands up, getting a little upset. And you see Jimmy late in the game when he's not getting stuff spiking his hat. But also you see on those big runs by Tski, he's getting all giddy. And you see on those big touchdown passes late to bring within one by Jimmy, he's looking at the camera, yelling, getting all hyped up. So I think it's a good thing to have in the league. Just know you'll never see me with one because I stream on Mixer.
Yeah, I sometimes some of my CFM games I have to stream on Mixer as well. We are going to try to do that from a presentation standpoint when the webcams are available. Obviously, we don't require every player to have a webcam, but when they are available, we are going to try to put those on the stream so you guys, as the viewers, get a real-time look at what they're thinking, what it looks like, what their emotions look like as certain plays unfold in the game. We're going to do the pregame show every week, every CFM week, so not every calendar week. We do a stream on this channel for the game of the week every CFM week. We advance every 48 hours. So that means every 48 hours you're going to see a game of the week right here on this channel. Don't forget to check out our Twitter. I'm going to put up our intro page with our Twitter handle. You see it there at the PSJ Madden CFM. We're going to have a YouTube channel coming up too with our plays of the week. So make sure you're staying tuned and following the Twitch channel, obviously following the Twitter, so that you know when we go live and we bring you these games of the week. It won't always be myself in the freeze, but when we do call games, obviously you'll know that. We have plenty of people who are commentating these games and doing a fantastic job. Obviously, we had CJ and DC do a game last week. They're going to be doing more games in the future. But we definitely appreciate you guys coming through in the chat and chopping it up and talking to us and watching the games. I had a great time. Freeze, how was your night? Did you have fun, man?
I did, man. I did. And I kind of to piggyback of what you said with the great job by DC and CJ last week. Next week, our game of the week here in the Pigskin Junkies CFM will feature another AFC team. We will see the Bills Culture taking on the Colts Treason. And Jimmy will be on the call, going from player to commentator. And he'll be featured by Time Bomb, the league's Vikings user, making his first call. So make sure that all of you guys are subscribed and check in for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned to the Twitch channel. We'll have a game of the week here. Again, basically every 48 hours. We advance every 48 hours, so there's going to be a game here every 48 hours. So there you heard it from Freeze himself. Next week it'll be Jimmy, who we just saw play against Tski, and then Time Bomb, our Vikings user. They'll be on the call. Freeze and I will be back sooner than you can blink your eye. Trust me, we'll be here. You're going to hear my annoying voice for a lot of games this year, so don't you worry about that. But make sure you're here in the next 48 hours to watch Jimmy and Time Bomb call the action. We'll have a great game for you guys. Thank you again to everyone who came out tonight, watched the pregame show, and hung out in the chat. We appreciate you. I'm McCarley330. He's the Freeze. We had a great night. Everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe out there.
Later.